So types of ferrous metals, which is mild steel, medium carbon steel, high carbon steel, stainless steel, and wrought ions. So I'm going to discuss the descriptions, properties, and what are they used for. So let me explain the first types of ferrous metals. The first is mild steel. What is mild steel? Mild steel is a type of carbon steel that contains a low level of carbon, otherwise known as low carbon steel. Mild steel contains roughly between 0.1 and 0.3 of carbon by weight. It's not alloy steel, therefore it does not contain large amount of anything other than iron and ferrite. The mild steel properties is mild steel is there is a magnetic. This is due to high amounts of ferrite and iron mild steel bars. The second is ductile. In comparison to other types of steel, it is more ductile and therefore can be used for a wide variety of purposes. The third is weldable due to its a low carbon content. It is more malleable and suitable for welding. The less carbon in the steel, the more weldable and machinable it becomes. The fourth is affordable. Using mild steel is relatively cost effective in comparison to some other steels. So lastly is very little carbon. This makes cold forming mild steel easier, and they are easier to handle as a whole. So what are the use for of mild steel is mild steel, it can be used for a variety of purposes in multiple applications. Alongside the uses for low carbon steel, as previously mentioned, my steel can use for anything. My steel can be used machinery parts depending on the ratio of the carbon and iron, the strength, the ductility, and malleability of steel differs. Given that mild steel is very malleable, it lends itself well to steel sheets in a car body kits. So mild steel can be used pipelines. Mild steel tube are popular choices for pipework due to its excellent ductility. Pipes can be easily welded and are flexible enough so they don't crack or break when under pressure. It also helps to helps that mild steel pipework can be insulated to assess their performance in a cold weather. So mild steel can be used gates and fencings. These types of street products have always required the right balance of aesthetic appeal and structural strength. Mild steel fits both of these elements when it comes to manufacturing steel gates and fences. It is strong and hard to break and can be painted, primed, or galvanized to prevent corrosion and give it decorative finish. The second types of ferrous metal is the medium carbon steel. So medium carbon steel are similar to low carbon steel, except that they contain carbon steel from 0.3 to 0.6 or 7, and manganese from 0.6 to 1.67%, increasing the carbon content to approximately 0.45% with a accompanying increase in manganese allows medium carbon steel to be used in the quench and temper condition. These steels are mainly used for making shafts, axles, gears, crankshafts, couplings, and forgings Steel with carbon ranging from 0.40% to 0.6% are used for rails, railways, wells, and rail axles. So the third types of ferrous metal is high carbon steel. Any steel with a carbon content of 0.5 uh, or 0 1.3 1 point above or higher is considered high carbon steel. Still, pushing this content past 2% makes the result extremely brittle and of limited use, although this is how cast iron products, example of woods, wood stoves, cookware, are made. So as you can see, high carbon is a relative term. High carbon steel properties included a very high strength, extremely hardness and resistant to wear, and moderate ductility, a measure of materials materials ability to tolerate being deformed without actually breaking. It is used in a cutting tools because of its ability to cut very a sharp edge under doors. It is also used for masonry nails, which can be pounded readily into a rock. Into a rock. Yes. So the second, the last type of ferrous metal is the stainless steel. Stainless steel has different corrosion properties, which included being non-corrosive, rust-resistant steel, which is simply designated as stainless steel, is in comparison with aluminum. Stainless steel approximately 3 times heavier. So stainless steel is like steel itself is an alloy. An alloy always consists of different materials. Among the most frequent alloying an element in non-corrosive stainless steels is chrome, where nickel, molybdenum, and for the elements are used for special requirements. So the properties and use of stainless steel is steel with a chromium content of more than 10.5% or 13%, as well as various other elements in smaller quantities, is considered to be stainless. In combination with oxygen, chromium forms and then a thin cell fixed adhering chrome oxide layer. The so-called passive layer. It is exactly this passive layer which is responsible for the resistance of the material. Due to its corrosion resistance, the metal is used, for example, washing drums. Rust resistant stainless steel can be very well compared to anodized aluminum with regard to its properties. If the extension skin of the materials is impaired, the material its surface mostly suffer damage. The lastly is wrought iron. Wrought iron is an alloy with so little carbon contents, almost pure ions. During the manufacturing process, some slag is added, which gives wrought iron excellent resistant to corrosion and oxidation. However, it is a low in hardness and fatigue strength. Wrought iron is used for fencing and railings, agricultural implements, nails, barbed wire, chains, and various ornaments. So that's it. Bye.